Hi, good day and welcome everyone. Stuart here from Northern Bolt & Tool, and today we've got another comparison video for you guys. So over here we've got the 96 Newton meter impact drill from Ingco. It's a cordless unit, it's brand new, just been launched, and we've got it up against this 95 Newton meter impact drill from DeWalt. The part number is DCD996P2, and it is in a kit form with two 5 amp hour batteries, so we're going to do the test on 5 amp hour batteries for the DeWalt. Now, the Ingco unit is not available as a kit yet in South Africa, but when the kit becomes available, it's going to have 4 amp hour batteries in the kit. So we're going to do the testing on 4 amp hour batteries for the Ingco unit. So we're going to look at what these tools come with. We're going to do a little bit of a performance test to help you guys make a purchasing decision. Is it worth paying the premium for the DeWalt, or should you stick to the Ingco? All of those questions will be answered. So with that, let's get into unboxing, see what these machines come with, and then we can get into some performance testing and see how they compare. All right, starting out with the DeWalt, and right off the bat, it comes in this beautiful sustainer that you're able to store and lock these cases together. So very nice carry case, nice metal clips over here. So you open it to reveal the tool. Very nice, comes with a handle so that you're able to have more control over the tool. Very torquey, obviously. You've got your 5 amp hour batteries, one loose one and one on the tool. Nice belt clip. That's something that I don't think the Ingco comes with, but we'll check it out now. And you've got the tool itself. Now, you also get a charger as well. I'm just going to show you a little bit on the tool itself. So right off the bat, you can see it has 3 speeds over here. It's got the direction control switch over here, and it's got a light on the front. What's nice about this light is that there are 3 settings, so you can choose how you want the light, the brightness, that sort of thing. Very, very nice over there. And then up front, you've got your gearbox with all the different speeds and settings here. You've got your hammer function right over there, and a nice metal 13mm chuck on the front. So that's pretty much the DeWalt in a nutshell. In terms of dimensions, it measures from the back of the tool to the front of the tool 215mm. From the top of the tool to the bottom of the tool, excluding the battery, is 210mm, and the diameter of the machine is 60mm. In terms of weight, this machine comes in at 1.6 kilograms. That excludes the battery, that's the tool on its own. So with that, let's open up the Ingco and see what it comes with. Alright, diving into the Ingco. Obviously this does not come with the carry case as it's the tool only variant, but when it is available in a kit, it will have a hard plastic case. It won't be as nice as the DeWalt. It's not a sustainer, but it is stackable, so you know, not too bad there. Owner's manual over here. You've got the machine itself over here. Only got 2 speed settings on the top, whereas the DeWalt had 3, so there's one comparison right there that's a little bit different. You've got your direction control, that's pretty much identical. You've got your light, no adjustments on the light, you get what you get. It is a little bit smaller than the DeWalt, but only in terms of length. So from the front of the tool to the back of the tool, it's about 170mm, which is about 45mm shorter than the DeWalt. In terms of height without the battery, from the bottom to the top, it's about 210mm. And in terms of width at the back here, it's about 60mm. So all the dimensions are the same except for the length. It has a much shorter and smaller gearbox than the DeWalt. So there you go. Both of them have brushless motors. This unit without a battery comes in at 1.3 kilograms, so approximately 300 grams lighter than the DeWalt. So it is a little bit lighter, a little bit shorter. It might be a little bit more useful in tight spaces. So that's the machine there. It also comes with a small pack of accessories over here. You can see various spade bits, little screwdriving bits, some drill bits, very nice hex shank on them. So that's quite nice. This is obviously a concrete one, but there are steel ones as well, all of them with the hex shank. Nicely contained in this little assortment box like so. So there you go guys, that's the Ingco. Let's get into some testing and see how they compare. Diving into the DeWalt, we're going to be testing it on the drill function here. On levels 1, 2 and 3, DeWalt claim 450 RPM, 1300 and 2000 RPM through the gears. We've also noticed that there are speed changes when you engage the drill driving feature, in that on level 1 it does automatically reduce the RPM. So we'll just have a look at that on like level 1, level 5 and maybe 11, just to get an idea of how that changes. But for now, let's look at the drill. So this is level 1 on normal drill mode. Bang on 450 as claimed by DeWalt. That's fantastic. Let's go into number 2. We're looking for 1300 here. 1338. Fantastic. and now we're looking for 2000 RPM here. Bang on 2000, that's great from DeWalt. Now I just want to put this in level 1 over here on the drill driving. So about 1000 RPM over there, that's on level 3. If we move it down to level 1, moves even slower, and we get 250 RPM. So for those delicate jobs, this is actually really amazing. Great piece of kit. I'm going to put it on level 5 and level 1 over here. $442. Same level 5, but now on level 3 on the back here. And that's 1960. So almost back up to normal level 3 on the normal drill. I'm just going to move it up to 11. Let's see what we get. And it's again around 2000 RPM. So just to demonstrate how you can adjust both the level of torque as well as the speed with this control at the back here. So a lot of adjustability for the DeWalt. Fantastic tool. I just want to show you quickly the lights. So that's low, medium and high. So nice adjustability there from the DeWalt. Let's have a look at the Ingco and see what it's able to achieve. Alright guys, testing the Ingco. In terms of RPM, on level 1 we're looking at 500 RPM, and on level 2 it's 2000 RPM. Unlike the DeWalt, the Ingco does not change when you engage the screwdriving function across the different settings. That only adjusts speed on this switch at the back here. So there are more settings. The Ingco has 22, whereas the DeWalt only has 11. But if you times that 11 by the 3 different speed settings here, there's 33 different options available. So a lot of adjustability on the DeWalt. With that said, I think on those 11 settings on the DeWalt, it doesn't necessarily change the amount of torque. It's only the speed that changes. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I suspect that's how it works. So let's test the RPM. It's gear number 1. It's on normal drilling. So let's see, we're looking for 500 RPM here. $480, not bad, 20 RPM short of what is claimed. Nothing wrong there. Let's look for 2000 on the top setting now. Approximately 120 short of 2000 RPM, but not too bad there. Let's get into some torque testing and see how these two machines compare. Alright guys, we've set up now for a little bit of a torque test. In the interest of not being lazy, I know I said in the RPM test, tell me if the speed difference over here makes a difference when you engage the screwdriving function, but we're going to test that now. We got on level 1. We're going to test it on speed 1 and speed 3 on level 1 and see if there's a difference in the amount of torque that gets put through the machine. So let's turn on over here. It's on 1-1. Okay, good to go. 3, 2, 1. And we got 4.3 Newton meters on level 1. We've got it on level 3 now, and 1 on the clutch over here. So we've set everything up. It's forward. Okay, let's see. And in fact, it's given us less torque, which makes sense because the speed settings are for speed and less torque. So it does make sense that there is less torque, and there is in fact less torque. It measured 0.0 over here. So nothing, no Newton meters were registered through the machine. So there is a difference in torque levels between gears 1, 2, and 3, and if you engage these settings on the screwdriving function, which means that you effectively have 33 different torque settings on this ring in combination with your speed settings on the back. With that, let's get into the peak torque. So for that, it's going to be in level 1, normal screwdriving, and let's see how much torque we're able to get out of this machine. All right, we've recharged our battery, so it's fully charged. We have reset now to do this test again. This is on maximum torque. We're on level 1 over here, normal drill. So let's see what we're able to get out of this tool. Starting the test in 3, 2, 1. And that is 46.4 Newton meters of soft torque on this machine. That is by far the most amount of torque that we have seen. And I can tell you right now that with this handle, it offers so much more grip and control over the tool. I can't tell you how much this handle actually helps. That is amazing. So 46.4 Newton meters, that is huge. Let's see what we're able to get out of the Ingco. Alright guys, now it's time for the Ingco. We have done a video on the Ingco before, but in the interest of fairness and testing, we're going to do the same test with the same equipment, everything, the same wood that we're drilling into as the DeWalt, just to make sure that our results are consistent and fair. So we do have a fully charged 4 amp hour battery here. No handle on this machine, so I'm going to have to hold on a little bit tighter, but yeah, it should be okay. We're good to go. It's in forward, normal drive, gear number 1. Okay, testing in 3, 2, 1. And we got 34.3 Newton meters, so a solid approximately 10 less than the DeWalt. Quite an impressive performance, but you could probably see in the video that without the handle I had a lot less control over this machine. So Ingco, if you're watching, please put a handle on your machine going forward. It would make a humongous difference. So guys, let's get into the next one. We're going to drive some screws into some wood and see how they compare in terms of speed. Alright guys, we've set up the next test. We're going to be driving these screws into this wood. We're going to put all the machines on their top level, their fastest speed. This gives us speed but not as much torque, and we're going to see which one is able to drive these screws into the wood the quickest. First up, we've got the DeWalt. It's in forward, gear number 3, normal drill. Let's see. I'll start on this one here. 3, 2, 1. Effortless, really quick from the DeWalt. Let's see how it compares to the Ingco. Alright guys, now the turn of the 96. Gear number 2, it's in forward. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. There you go guys. Also just as effortless and simple. I've actually maybe gone a little bit too far, but it's hard to predict where this is going to reach the bottom. It is that quick. Alright guys, last test of the day. We're going to be drilling into this brick for 10 seconds with each of the machines and then seeing which one drills the deepest. So first up, we've got the DeWalt over here. It's in forward, it's in the hammer function. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's get the Ingco and see what we're able to achieve. Alright, now the turn of the Ingco. Level 2 on the hammer function. DeWalt is in front, Ingco is behind. Gonna test it out. There. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Now let's measure the depth and see which one drilled deeper. Alright guys, so there you go, there's the testing done. We've got a little bit to discuss. So I'm just going to start off right off the bat by saying that this DeWalt machine is an absolute beast. A lot of power and a very impressive machine, I must say. But there is quite a big difference in terms of price. Now the Ingco, it is only currently available, as you see it here, as a unit only. But if we built up a kit to make it similar to what you'd get in a DeWalt, or similar to what you'd get if you were to buy the kit when it would be available, you're looking at around 2,200-ish Rand. The DeWalt comes in at around 7,500 Rand, which means that you're able to get about 3.5 Ingcos to one DeWalt. So just bear that in mind while we discuss the results. So in terms of the peak torque test, we got about 46 Newton meters of soft torque out of the DeWalt. And the Ingco, we've got around 34 Newton meters. That's obviously soft torque. Now these machines are rated similarly. The DeWalt is rated at 95 Newton meters of torque and the Ingco 96 Newton meters of torque. So it's interesting to see how the soft torque and the limiters in the machines work to try and just protect the machines from being overworked or put through too much work, that sort of thing. In terms of the RPM test, you could see that there was a lot more adjustability on the DeWalt. But both machines are pretty much within spec with what the manufacturers claim. But like once again, the DeWalt, you get a lot more adjustability and a lot more customizability to the work that you're busy doing. In terms of the drilling into concrete test, the DeWalt's drilled around 30mm into the brick in 10 seconds, whereas the Ingco only managed about 20mm. So the DeWalt, a lot more power there. On the spec sheet, it does rate it as having 3,800 beats per minute, whereas the Ingco is rated at 3,000 beats per minute. Coupled with the higher torque and the higher RPM, the DeWalt was able to win that test easily. In terms of the driving the screws into wood, again, the DeWalt came out on top, driving all 3 screws into the wood in a total of around 4 seconds, whereas the Ingco took around 4.4 seconds. Both machines on that test were both really impressive and really quick, but yeah, the DeWalt was quicker. So, I mean, in terms of the testing, you could see that the DeWalt pretty much cleaned up, but for the amount of power that these machines both have, I think for 99% of users, the Ingco will actually have more than enough torque. It's not very often that you'd be using that peak torque, but if you need the peak torque, there's nothing like the DeWalt. But again, 3.5 times the price. Is it worth it? You guys need to just look at your application and what you're using the drill for. If it were me and I was buying for a team and you're buying multiple machines, I think I would actually lean towards the Ingco. We have sold hundreds of these machines into the markets already, and we haven't really had any complaints with regard to power and performance. So I think for most applications, the Ingco would actually be fine, even though it's not as powerful and as customizable as the DeWalt. But you are saving 5,000 Rand per machine. So yeah, it's a big difference. If you're going to be using the peak torque, the DeWalt, you have to go with the DeWalt. It is a more powerful machine. If you feel like you're running out of power with the Ingco, the DeWalt is the one for you. Likewise, if you have a need for all of the different features on the DeWalt, you have to get the DeWalt. The Ingco does not have the amount of customizability as the DeWalt. So if you're going to be using all of those features, the DeWalt again is the one to go for. One area though that I would like to see the Ingco improve that the DeWalt has is the handle. That handle really made a huge difference. I felt a lot more confident using the more powerful tool with the handle in terms of control and feel than the Ingco, which had quite about, I don't know, 25% less torque than the DeWalt. But because it doesn't have that handle, it actually feels like a little bit more of a dangerous machine, if that makes sense. If Ingco had a handle on this machine, it would just elevate it to that next level and it would be fantastic. So guys, there you have it. We have done a comparison between this 96 Newton meter drill and the 66 from Ingco. We have sold the 66 for a lot longer, and again, we haven't really had any issues with regard to performance there, and this machine is a little bit more powerful. So it leads me to think that for most applications, I think I would actually stick to the Ingco, even though the DeWalt is much better. I don't have the application where I need the peak torque. I'd go for the Ingco. For 7,500 Rand, you could even get the 9-piece kit from Ingco with the roller bag and 9 tools in it. And you could just buy an extra drill on its own to just upgrade that kit up a level. And you'd still come in at around the same price as this DeWalt. So a lot more value offered in Ingco, but if you need that outright power and customizability, there's nothing that will beat this DeWalt from Ingco's side. So there you go, guys. If you've liked the video and enjoyed it, please hit that like and subscribe button. We pay for these tools all out of our own pocket. So yeah, that's please, we really appreciate the views and likes and supports and the comments and that sort of thing. If you'd like to have a look at these tools, they are available online and in store. So we'll have a link in the description below, as well as our address if you'd like to come into the store to view it or order it online. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you again next week.